Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Teresa E.
Thank you, Cornsey, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he wrote a blog about that, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast or blames his kids for something, you drink. And if I swear or say here's the thing, you drink. Also, you can make any of us shut the fuck up for 5 minutes for $5. Yes. And you can make all of us drink for a tip of $1.08 or more. Speaking of drinking, what are you fellas drinking? Beef, what are you drinking tonight?
Boys, I got a big surprise for you today. So,
oh no!
During the holidays, a good friend of ours, Dougie Freshness, handed out care packages where he gave us secret bottles of bourbon, right? And all of you crushed them at that point in time. But old Beef Loaf, I saved it as a summer surprise, all right? Summer is my time. You know, this is my birthday month. I like to celebrate in June. This is when I get a little slower at work. So right now I got Love Potion #1 from Dougie Freshness and 2 and 3 on deck back here. So I'm really looking forward to this. Just the nose on the first one, tremendous. I'm really looking forward to drinking these, especially because the second half of the show is going to be My Sock Summertime. It's going to be Beef Loaf Get Drunk time. So I'm looking forward to tonight. It's going to be a nice show for me.
I love it. Beef. Yeah, I remember we did Sammy P's podcast that we did chicken dinner, and we were in your basement. We're doing it with him. And
doing it.
I had brought a couple of those samples, right? And I was like, I'm pouring one, I'm like drinking it. And Sammy's like, hey, could I try one of those? And I was like, of course. And I hand him the thing, just knocks the whole thing back. One shot. I was just like, that is a way to taste. That is a way to do a tasting.
That's a Sammy P way right there. That's remember back in the day, the picklebacks and everything? Man, what an animal he is.
Oh my God. MSS, what are you drinking?
I have a special bottle tonight from good friend of the program, good friend of the 108 season ticket holder. Aloha, Mr. Han. Brought me back a bottle of the Beantown bourbon whiskey from the Cooperstown distillery. He was out in Cooperstown last week. I have not tried it yet. I put it on my Skull Cube, and let's see how it goes.
Oh, okay. Live tasting.
Should have tried it without the water or without the ice first. It's got good taste. It's like it's a sweeter back, which I like. It's syrupy,
juicy double. He likes.
I like it. Nothing like a sweet back.
I like it. I'm gonna get another little jug in there. But Treasy, what are you drinking?
Well, I want to know what it's called because I think he's called it Beantown. I feel like it's not called Beantown.
Oh, Pull it out again. I meant Beanball.
Okay.
Beanball.
Yeah, whip it out.
I'm sorry.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah, the spirit of baseball. It says on there.
Nice.
It's won awards, actually. I looked it up because I wanted to see what the flavor profile was. And it's won some awards. So it's not bad. I just want to try it without the ice next time. I fucked up. My bad.
Hey, you're fine in my book, buddy. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
All right. Cherise, what are you drinking tonight?
It's summer, so I got some Sun Crushers.
I love the Sun Crusher.
I have a couple 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah.
It's for Rev, it's a nice low ABV. I think it's like a little over 5. So like it's a pretty
right
that's a podcast beer right there. That's a podcast beer for me.
I can't believe it. Is Baloney trying to booze splain me here? Like beef bourbon doesn't age once it's out of the barrel. Yeah, I'm aware. I understand how booze works. Thank you.
Did you say you were aging it?
No.
I feel like you said
I just said I was waiting. I just said I was waiting to have it till the summer because summer's my time. That's all.
The
motherfucker.
The Raging Tomato is yelling at me to write blogs. That's not how this works. We tell you to write blogs. So don't you worry about it.
It's My Sock Summer's big dick, and he'll fuck when he wants to. I think everyone should be aware of that by now.
That's right. And if I want to do a half-hearted review where I say club or glub before I say another chug, I can do whatever the fuck I want because it's my show. I'm part of this show. Okay, thank you.
Beef, how you doing tonight, buddy?
You know what? I got to get to something, boys. It's my man, a guy who I'm a huge fan of. We might even call me a stan of this man. Back in the news again, Scottie Pippen.
Oh, my God.
I was going to come in here, and it's because of his pettiness, and I was going to come here and tell you guys, man, we got to gag Scottie Pippen. We got to kidnap him, and we got to make sure he don't say nothing because he's really
Absolutely
tarnishing his reputation ever. And then I watched the podcast. I got 15 minutes left of Stacey King's podcast where Pippen's on there, and I changed my mind. Fuck Michael Jordan. Fuck Phil Jackson. Fuck the pussy-ass media who always just backs down over everything. Fuck all of you who are licking Michael's boots over all this shit. Scotty's my man. He's not afraid to call what happened. And Stacey wasn't disagreeing with a goddamn thing he said, which should be very telling for all of you people who want to believe every bit of the Michael Jordan narrative. Michael was kind of an asshole, all right? Now, Scotty's petty as hell. No denying that here. But I was more worried about his lineage as far as like a player. Now I'm not worried about it. Scotty, I need you out in these streets being as petty as possible. I need this not to ever die because we're going to go off into the next era. And people our age, we know Michael's an asshole, but not everyone knows Michael's an asshole. You got to keep that out there so that it's well known. So Scottie Pippen, top 50 player of all time. Michael Jordan 100%. Wins 0 championships without Scotty. He's Dominique Wilkins if he doesn't got Scottie Pippen, or Bernard King, or one of those great scorers that didn't do shit.
Right.
So I'm backing Scotty, full force. Everyone come at me if you got to. But I'm sick of this bullshit. Everyone kissing Michael's ass. Scotty just told you like what really happened back there. Yeah, they don't get along great. Too bad. Okay, that's it.
I love it. I love the fire. So first we got to drink from Mr. Hand here. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Love you, Mr. Hand.
Sorry I called it Bean Town. It's Bean Ball, I guess. I don't know. I guess I have a problem with saying things that I don't even know what I'm saying, but cheers.
You don't know what a beanball is?
No, I do. I'm in my head, I'm saying the right thing, and then I'm not saying the right thing, actually.
What does it mean?
I don't know, man.
Yes!
Oh, no.
Yes!
What does a beanball mean?
Yeah.
It means you hit somebody with the ball. That I understand. I thought you were asking, what does it mean that it's in my head, it's right, and then I'm saying it, it's wrong. I'm like, I don't know what that means exactly. So I went a little bit too cerebral. I understand this is not that kind of program. I'll save that for the next draft podcast.
A little too smart,
yeah. You know what? MSS, I gotta tell you, I love how much Beefloaf loves Scottie Pippen. And I can tell you that this goes back to our childhood.
Yeah.
Beef was a huge Scottie Pippen fan when we were kids. I remember we had a bunch of his rookie cards with the misspelling on the back. But I think...
Do you still have those?
I think it's a nose thing,
those.
MSS. I think it's a nose thing.
I
think Beef was like, finally an NBA star with a nose like mine.
Man.
I think this is where this all comes from. But Beef, I love it. I mean, I want you to keep it up. I want you to start being as petty as Scottie Pippen is, just to get Scottie Pippen going. You got to keep him going now.
Can I be petty about absolutely anything? Like, I mean, are you guys turning me loose? Turning the loaf loose on the streets?
Are you not already?
I mean, you could. I think you should probably.
Kind of petty
you
already.
should probably go at one of your co-hosts. Probably me. I think that you should start being very petty to me.
That's gonna be easy. That's so
because
easy.
I am the Michael Jordan of this podcast.
Oh yeah, sure.
Become the top 5 pettiest White Sox Twitter members. Like, go to top 5, okay? Because you're probably top 10 right now, but like you're top 25. But
I got some work to do. I agree with
top 5. Yeah, you could do it. I think.
I think you guys are right. I should get out there and become more petty. Start pushing the envelope a little bit more. Because
but I enjoyed, not us.
I enjoyed hearing what Scotty had to say. I'll be honest with you.
I'm gonna go with you on this. Thank you, Yumper. Yumper just tipped us out.
He says. Salute to Wally, turning 60 years old.
60.
Looks
so
Wally.
Look like Wally's in the comments, too. Happy birthday, Walter.
But yeah, 60. Great.
I also listened to that interview. And I was like, at the beginning, I was like, oh, shit, Scotty is unhinged. But then he said something that made a lot of sense. And one of the things was like, he's like, Michael did because he doesn't do anything. And he's like, he did the last call because he wanted his name back out there to become relevant again, because he's starting to get to get back out there. And I was like, holy shit, he's 100% correct. And then he's like, I ain't got no relationship with Phil. There was a lot of bad blood between the Lakers and the Portland Trailblazers. I was like, motherfucker, there was no bad blood between those two teams when you were playing. Like,
bro, that game 7 was wild. That game 7 when Portland was up by 19 points. What do you mean? I remember that like that shit was yesterday, man.
No, I don't remember it at all. So clearly, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, me and Scotty remembered. All right, so fuck you, my Sox.
Well,
You know what was nice though, Treasy? He talked about early Jordan career and how Jordan was horrible to play with. And he's like, he was just going for scoring titles and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is another thing people don't remember about Jordan. Jordan got his fucking ass kicked on a regular basis by the real good teams in the conference until you got Pippen in there and you got Horace Grant and some of these guys in there.
Yeah.
So, all your Jordan's great and everything. I remember Jordan getting his ass whooped. I remember the Pistons being too physical for him. They kicked his ass up and down the floor, and it was like they had the Jordan rules. He couldn't do shit against them in the playoffs.
You know what? Though
can't
there's an argument here though. Beef. There's two sides of this, right? Like there's the side of
Pippen was a bitch too.
Yes, you needed to get these guys in there with him.
Yeah.
Right. But you didn't need superstars in there with them, right? Like nowadays is more obviously not in this finals, but like you didn't need to bring in superstars from other teams, and then those guys can go and win championships on their own. Like you brought in good players, some who were role players, and you built an actual team around Michael Jordan. Like, Michael Jordan is still the best player. Like there's no fucking
love Jordan there. I'm not saying anything against Jordan other than he has a few more warts than you think. Like you have it. Like if you didn't watch the whole career, you didn't see all the warts there. And Treasy, I disagree a little bit because 3P2 was a super team. Without a doubt, it was the goddamn super team.
When you bring in Rodman and
Ron Harper and Kukoc, who's the best international player. Like they had a goddamn super team.
The Ron Harper thing is funny because I think a lot of people underestimate that. But Ron Harper was like the only guy in the NBA that could really cover Michael Jordan.
Could guard Jordan. Let's have that guy so he can't guard me.
It was like the early Rick Hahn thing. He's like, oh, that guy, or Kenny Williams, that guy hit 3 home runs against us in a game. Let's fucking sign his ass. You know?
Timothy, my heart, thank you, baby. Appreciate it.
We got some. Let me open another beer because we got some drinks.
Let's get some drinks going.
Coming here.
And mystery bottle number 1's almost gone. It's
good,
tasty,
no doubt.
Man, so good.
Give me a second, fellas.
Who was that one too?
Pouring. Just pouring. I didn't post anything yet.
I'm gonna pop it up in a second. He's gonna put it all up in your face, MSF.
All right, the first one's from Robert Taylor. Cheers.
Thank you, Robert.
Bless you, Robert.
I'll take another taste for you.
And then here's one from our guy Husky Bardo. Yeah. He said, "Would you rather have as your father 83-year-old Pacino or 79-year-old De Niro? Both really won't make it to see them go to grade school. Cheers, boys."
Again, a callback. Love it. Callbacks are good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with De Niro myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll take 83-year-old Pacino. I think Pacino has a mellow side too. De Niro seems like a prick all the time, so I don't think you want to grow up in that house.
I want whoever's worth more money because that's all I've been to really care about. Like the film history is kind of good on both sides.
Yeah, both
I just take the money.
Great actors. No question.
Yeah, but if you could get some early years stories out of De Niro as a kid, that's just wonderful. I don't know if that's a real bedtime story type of thing, but you never know.
Back then,
Soul Gold Sox fan says, "Cheers, boys, and happy 50th birthday to Wally."
Bless your heart, Bill. Delicious.
It's good.
MSS, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, and I want to apologize to our guy Wally Money for saying that he was 50 years old today. I knew full well that he's not 50 years old. He was 48, but it's just funnier when you wish him a 50th birthday and everyone says, "Oh, congrats on the milestone, grandfather." So happy birthday, Wally. Sorry that I told everybody you're 50, but you probably are, and you're just lying.
Granddad, give me something. Give me $1.
I got a little bit of a confession that I got to make. Yesterday, I had to go to the doctor, so I didn't get to go to the gym. And because we have the dog at home, we had the dog until 7:15 tonight. Not that I was counting. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go run. I'm gonna run out to the thrift stores and just go check it out. just because I haven't been out in a while. I'm comfortable with the dog being in the house. I don't think that the dog is going to shit all over the place or eat my shit. It was perfect. So I go out there. That's
Take
good.
it easy. Dogs are not supposed to be fed that, okay? You give them table scraps, MSS, but do not give them your shit.
I'm not leaving the shit around the house anymore like I normally do with my children. I picked it up when the dog was here. But so anyway, totally is like going out there, finding some good stuff. First store I go to, my honey hole that Josh Nelson wants to know, and I can't tell him. Don't find anything. And then I go to the second store, and I'm finding all sorts of stuff. And I thought it was out, guys. I thought I was out until this popped up and came into my life. A goddamn another Beanie Baby.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The fucking Princess Bear. It was $1.70 already in the case. In the case. It's on a seat even. It's like so her butt doesn't, get all mucked up.
When you say in the
that?
case, the people listening on the podcast, it's not in the original package. It's
No,
in
it's
a
just in
hard
like a
plastic. It
plastic
almost looks
case.
like a glass case that you would put like a statue in or something like
That
that.
MSS just broke.
No, I just took the top off. That's just how it comes off.
Yeah, take the top off.
Ripped off.
Yeah, I'll take my tag off. And then it's got the tag thing and everything. And so, I watched that show where they said that these things are worth like $600 if you sell them in June or something like that, because that's when she died. Guess who's ready to make $600? This motherfucker.
Oh,
right
man. You're rich.
So,
I can't
Let's
wait
get this
for.
up.
I can't wait for in a couple weeks we do this or that and we find out it went for $1.74.
And it's the winner this round.
Some weird thing. And then when the guy gets it, he's going to be really pissed because he's like, oh, I thought I was buying cocaine because that's what people are buying Beanie Babies for at ridiculous amounts of money. That's just a drug run. But I don't do that. Also, I don't know if people know, but we sent a package to a friend of the 108, Justin Verlander's brother, Ben Verlander, today. I snuck in 2 bottles of Malort in there so that when he opens all his 108 gear, he's going to have 2 bottles of Malort. My question to you guys, will he drink those or will he think that those are tainted?
I think he'll drink it. I think he's the kind of guy that would do that to make a little content. What's funny is that you say he's a friend of the 108. He's not.
No, he's friendly. He's friend now.
In fact, I wrote a blog about Ben Verlander and how I bet against him in the playoffs. So he's not. I don't think me and him are on good terms.
I don't think he even read that. I'm going to send that to him. I sent him our one sheet, too, just so that everybody knows. He knows that we have all our stuff. Yeah.
Bless your heart, Drew. Thank you for roping us in there. So, I just want to let you know another guy that maybe is kind of friendly with Ben Verlander and or maybe not so much, likes to bust his balls a little bit, did reach out to me for us, including him in the tweets afterwards that we gave the final Wave Sucks hoodie to Jeff Passan.
And that was
Jeff did reach out
true.
to give me the thumbs up that he loved that. So
that was 100% true. We have no more of those hoodies. And when Ben wears it on his show, we will have nothing to sell. So it'll be great. So we're just out here for the shits and gigs, guys.
Well, we have the Wave Sucks cock rings left. So
I sent Verlander a jizz rag too, but did not note on the note that it was a jizz rag. So,
I mean, if he doesn't know,
I should have.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
if he wipes his face with it, then you know we got something good going.
Yeah, it's true. Treasy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. And I was going to put this up as a poll, 108-minute poll, but I decided to ask you guys just directly. And the question is, who had a better performance on LSD? Doc Ellis throwing a no-hitter or Carlos Santana at Woodstock?
Ooh, that's a tough one right there. I'm going to go Carlos Santana because that's the performance that really put him on the map as far as like the broader audience out there. Doc Ellis's no-hitter, while good, it's sloppy. He had like 9 walks. It wasn't really a virtuoso performance, whereas Carlos Santana's was. So I'm going to go with Santana.
Okay.
What, MSS? What?
I am going to go with Doc Ellis as playing guitar at a music festival with a bunch of people on drugs go hand in hand while you're on drugs, whereas throwing a baseball and pitching a no-hitter and being on LSD don't necessarily go hand in hand. Now, if Doc Ellis knew he was pitching and took LSD just to see like, hey, see what the fuck's going to happen, right? Like, I would be like, even more so, like, more in awe. But the fact that he forgot that he was pitching and then took the LSD and then was like, oh shit, I have to pitch, and then throws a no-hitter. Like, that's unbelievable. I mean, listen, Carlos Santana didn't get really good until he started doing songs with Rob Thomas. So I don't really know, like,
There it is.
like, you know, let's go with Doc
How
Ellis.
dare you? Should we kick him off the show? There we go. Thank you. Thanks for doing that, Tracy. I don't know what the hell this man is talking about. You had something going there.
Never.
Smooth.
Never mention Rob Thomas in the same breath.
He
as
fucking
Santana.
did it.
I know
He
it
did
happened.
Treasy.
I know it
He did
happened. All right. We don't talk about Jordan on the Wizards. We don't talk about that.
No, we
either,
don't.
All right.
No, we could though if we wanted to. What about you, Treasy? What do you think? What do you think's more? What's the better performance on LSD?
Well, I see a lot of people saying Doc Ellis, and I agree with your point about how difficult it is to play baseball with that, and that how LSD could go hand in hand with playing guitar, but all you motherfuckers who are thinking that right now, you should go see him play Soul Sac. Go watch a YouTube video of him playing Soul Sacrifice at Woodstock, because it's inhuman. It's amazing. It's like one of the greatest guitar performances of all time. So the fact that he was on LSD doing that is more incredible than a guy throwing a no-hitter, because frankly, there's a lot of teams that should get no-hit in baseball. There's especially in that era.
Okay.
It does sound like a great achievement, but you know what? Also, you're controlling the action, same as the guitar player's controlling the action. If he had gotten 4 base hits
That's not
on
true.
LSD, now that would be a real accomplishment, in my opinion, because it's coming at you. Like, you got to react to it. You're the
Okay.
pitcher, you controlling everything. You know.
Yeah,
Well, I will. Then I got to
You're
ask
not
this
controlling the
question.
batter.
I got to ask this follow-up question then. What's more impressive, the Doc Ellis no-hitter, or anyone's no-hitter, or Wade Boggs drinking all those beers and then getting like 3 hits in a game?
Yeah, that latter, the Wade Boggs, of course.
See, I don't agree. That's okay. That's why we have a podcast. We don't always agree with each other. I think that you can't control the batter. The batter's always going to do it. Like, Lance Lynn did not want to give up a 478-foot home run to Ohtani the other day, right?
Oh no,
Like,
yeah, no,
he was
but Doc
controlling
Ellis
the
is
action.
good.
He could have controlled that shit though. That shit went right the fuck out.
Cheers, Dom. Thank you for the
Dom.
drink.
Thanks,
Bless your
buddy.
heart.
MSS, I feel like it's about time for
Is it?
a nice little Mazda going.
Boom. It begins with the senses. Design is the ultimate expression of everything Mazda stands for. The first ever Mazda CX-90 was designed to curate and elevate every experience you share with it. The flagship 3-row SUV has been carefully crafted to exhilarate through an incredible alchemy of design, technology, and performance. 3 sources of power. Mazda devotes itself to engineering that anticipates and responds as an instantaneous extension of you. The Mazda CX-90 offers 2 powertrains, the turbo inline-6 engine that comes in 2 variations of differing power, and an all-new plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. All 3 vehicles are born from a tireless devotion to enhance and amplify every drive with every emotion they evoke. Want to know more? Head on over to www.mazdarolandpark.com and browse their online inventory. Right now, there are over 110 new and Mazda certified used vehicles for sale. And while you are there, you can also request more information about specific vehicles, value your trade, or inquire about financing. Whether you're from the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southeast Wisconsin, they would love to have you visit and test drive a Mazda today. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
And just a quick note, MSS did that commercial read on acid as well.
Absolutely.
So I was
Pantsless, too.
when I was looking ahead to this week's podcast, I was thinking to myself, oh, we haven't done the horny meter in a while. I was going to do the horny meter, but like, I can't imagine that too many people are like horny about the what's going on the field, right?
Not really.
So we're going to try something new. It's a little bit different take, a little similar thing, but not as horny. So sorry about that. But we're going to try something called the trust tree.
What, I thought we were in the trust tree in the nest, are we not?
So
Yes.
Hey,
so what?
can I just say something?
Yeah.
I was looking for that graphic. I was like, that motherfucker didn't put the graphic in there. And I'm like, I'm going to not make fucking bumpers for fucking no more segments. Fuck this shit. I'm not doing it anymore. And then I remembered there was a video. And then I found out on the inside. So good job. You got me all worked up for nothing.
Really firing on all cylinders there.
So mad.
I love it.
I think you're drinking too much of that Beantown.
I'm going to bean your ass, motherfucker.
Oh,
Tell you what.
Speaking of
someone's
horny.
getting pegged. So
All right.
So the idea here is I'm going to give you a player, and you're going to tell me how much you trust that player. All right. So the first one, I think this guy is a bit of a hot topic here, and Beef, I'm going to start with you, but it's Romy Gonzalez. How much do you trust Romy Gonzalez?
Romy Gonzalez. So I trust Romy Gonzalez like some homemade guacamole. When it first comes out, it's fucking beautiful, delicious right now, vibrant colors, everything's popping. But I know like in an hour or two, it's going to brown up on the outside, and it's just not going to have that level of resilience that you'd really like to have out. I kind of trust him to be like the least uninspiring of my 0-second baseman theory group. Like the guy that makes it out of there, but it's not like he won because like he was great. He won. He was the least bad of the guys in there. So I think I'm enjoying the hot streak right now. I don't expect it to continue, Treasy. I'm happy that he's playing well and hitting for some power right now, but I think there's going to be a movement back because I think pitchers realized this guy strike out on fastballs, so we just throw him fastballs all the time. He's starting to hit those fastballs. Now they're going to Pedro Serrano him and start throwing the breaking balls, and I think we got some issues here, but it doesn't matter. I'm enjoying his great time, but I think the shelf life is a little limited.
I think I'm in a similar vein to you. Because I was looking at the numbers, and in the month of May, which is when he's been back, right? He's got an OPS of 980, nice, but he's still striking out well over 30% of the time. I think it's like 32, 33% of the time he's striking out, which shows like he didn't fix that, right? Like so that's still glaring, that's still there. I think at the end of the day, he could fill in to be. Like we've talked about this, like having a guy at second base or in the outfield that just sells out for power and maybe hits 15 home runs, but hits like 200, right?
Yeah,
like,
I actually
so
don't mind it. This is why, like, when we talked about it a week
it.
ago, Treasy was like, I still want him on the team because there's the upside of like exactly you said, like what we always wanted Adam Engel to do. Remember we wanted Adam Engel to do that shit? It's just like, dude, you can't hit. So use that 6'2" body and just try to hit home runs. And it can't be much worse, but occasionally you'll run into one. And Romy does run into one once in a while, which is nice.
And those are valuable.
He hit like
and
4 in a row, didn't he? 4 games in a row? Or
so
5
that's
games in a row?
Yeah,
It's 4, 3.
So I give him a little trust. I'd let him borrow my car,
Yeah.
but not overnight.
I got
like,
it back.
That's still a
you
lot
need to
of
go to the
trust,
grocery
though.
store? Go
Still
ahead,
good.
take it, man. But I need that car back in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
No dates
MSS.
with the old lady or nothing like that.
MSS, how much you trust him?
Well, I don't trust him. So he has not earned my trust. Like you guys are saying, this little stint here, this might be what he had going in the behind the scenes in spring training that got everybody so horny for him. And then immediately we're like, oh fuck, we need to get Elvis Andrus in here because he's a linchpin. And this Romy guy, he ain't gonna do it. But he's still good enough. We keep him on the team. What would I trust this motherfucker to do? Maybe watch my fish. If I was going on vacation and I needed somebody to watch my fish, he's not going to kill it, right? Yep. Like, and if he forgets to feed it, no big deal. Just like if he strikes out or doesn't get a hit this game, no big deal. Like you're still there. He's probably not going to die, so it's okay. And then maybe one day he'll remember to fucking feed it, and then it will be fine. So yeah, you could feed my fish.
I love that answer, MSS. I love that answer. It's
a minimum level of trust. That's good.
And it's a very low stakes situation, right? The ninth hitter, as long as he feels the ball, it's fine. Like if he feeds the fish once, we're okay, right? So.
I mean, Jared put this up there. He says Romy's getting destroyed here. No, he's not. Romy,
not really.
You know what we're treating Romy like? We're treating Romy like the worst regular player on your roster. So like the guy who hits ninth, who does enough to be a starter on the team, but he's not. I mean, what do you want us to say? Like, how much do you trust him? You think he should lead off now, or what? I mean, what the hell? Like, I don't understand.
Like,
I think we're giving him a lot of trust here for what he was doing the first month of the year.
Does anyone believe that this is going to continue? No. No one in the comments
I don't
believes
think so.
this is going to. No one.
Just one
thinks-
person, maybe one person believes it, but that's about it. I don't
Yeah,
think anymore, you know?
She might.
I don't think we could like if he had knocked down the strikeout rate considerably, we could be like, oh man, maybe he figured something out, right?
Right.
But he's striking out just as much.
Yes.
Right. He's not walking. Right. So it's not like he's seeing the ball incredibly well. You would see a lower strikeout or a higher walk rate if he started to just see the ball better.
Right.
He's running into it. And God damn it, I'm here for it because no one else is.
Love it.
Right?
Exactly. I want them home runs.
I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it to continue. So, MSS, you win that round with trust him to watch your fish.
That was much.
This next round,
I don't even have a fish, but I would. I would let him watch it.
this next round is tough. This next round is
It's very tough.
It ain't that tough.
it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt to talk about this.
Oh, it's gonna hurt, but it ain't that tough.
But it's MSS. How much do you trust Lance Lynn?
Man, the big bastard. You know, like at the beginning of the season, I would have told you I got a lot of trust in this guy. I got oodles of trust. I got piles of trust.
Oodles.
Right now, it's hard to find that trust. The guy is just getting shellacked. And he's getting shellacked by some, like just this last game, shellacked by some of the best in the business, but still is getting out there and just getting worked over. So my trust is wavered. And I hate to say it, but I don't know if I have a lot of trust in Lance Lynn. If we say, would we need a guy to go out there and throw off the mound at game 1, game 2, clincher game 3, he's not my guy. I don't know if he would be my guy. Like I would pick people over him that I wouldn't normally do. Now, that said, this is the trust tree. What would I trust him to do? I would 100% trust him to order dinner for me. I know that he would know what I want to eat and like get a good smattering of different things to try, delicious stuff, good mouthfeel on everything. I would trust
Mouthfeel.
Lance Lynn to order me dinner.
I can't believe he went fat joke on the way out.
That's a fat joke. That's a
yeah,
fat
he bodied
joke.
him. You know what he said? Steve Stone says you
joke.
need a salad. That's what he did to him right there, Teresi. That's why
I need
it
a
felt
salad.
to me, you know?
I need a salad with Lance Lynn. If Lance Lynn got ordered a salad for us, I would eat the salad. I
don't
trust
like
him 100% to order me dinner.
I don't
I
like
do.
that one bit. It's kind of
100%.
derogatory. I'm not going to
It's not derogatory.
So mine is kind of restaurant related too, but in a different way. Because
to go.
I feel like I've seen Lance Lynn
Fat
go out
shamer.
and have like really great appearances this year.
Stupid.
Okay.
And then he's had some really horrible ones where he's just giving up
baby.
homers.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, what I would trust him with is getting the next round of drinks, right? Because
Yeah.
you could bring, like, you're talking to Teresi here, right? You could bring back any drink. I'm going to drink it. All right? I'm not, you bring back that round of Schlitz, I'm in, right? Oh, I got 6 hams here. I'm drinking. I'm in. Malorts, I'm in. But
Yep.
sometimes Lance Lynn's going to come through and he's like, man, I got you guys a round of Pappy. I just want to, let you know I appreciate you. You know? So it's real up and down with him. But at this point, we have no other pitchers. So I'm going to trust him to pitch every game.
We don't have a choice.
Beef. How do you trust Lance Lynn?
You guys are much more trusting than I am. I trust Lance Lynn as much as Ryan Sandberg should trust Cindy Sandberg.
Wow.
Like, I am way, way, way beyond trusting him with just about anything. As a ball player, I trust him to be a bulk starter for as many innings as the knee will hold up. And then I trust him to collect $1 million on his way out at the end of the season. Like, I think we're at that point with him. Like, you know what? I was thinking, I had Bulls on the brain, maybe Treasy. I was thinking of him like how I thought about John Paxson. In '93, Pax was coming down the end. He hits the big shot in Game 6 at Phoenix, and he could have retired right then. He didn't retire. He showed up in 1994 and was horrible. And it was like so bad to see him like, man, you stink so bad. You got to just like shuffle off. And this is where I feel like Lance is heading right now. Like, I don't. It's not looking like the Sox will pick up his option for next year. They'll probably just let him loose on the street. And then who's signing this guy at this point when he's running like a 7 or 8 ERA and just getting absolutely lit up? So
Yeah.
I feel bad. I like Lynn personally, but I got no trust left.
Roxy's got a good one here. I trust that he could show up to a monthly dinner outing. No more frequent than that, though. And that's kind of what he's doing right now. Like, once a month, we're getting a good start. Once a month, we're getting a good start. Let's get a drink here from Drew. He says, cheers to the good times we had with Lance. Thanks. He also angers my wife so much. She truly understands what being a White Sox fan is like. Cheers.
That does sound about right.
It happens. I do want one kind of tangent note on Lance Lynn, because I'm seeing a lot of this in the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
And people are like looking at the Lance Lynn Dane Dunning trade. And they're like, the Rangers are winning that trade. No. Let's stop. Because
I don't think so.
The Sox won that trade because they needed a guy in 2021. They would have won bigger if they got him in 2020.
Yeah, should have done it in 2020.
But they got him in 2021.
That's what Rick Rennie said too.
And that's when they needed the guy.
Yeah.
Before he
now,
got cucked.
Extending Lance Lynn may be a mistake.
Different thing, you know.
But that's a separate topic. You got to keep those separate because they only traded for the 1 year.
Yeah,
signing back Dane Dunning would also maybe be a mistake, or is he crushing right now?
He's pitching well right now.
He's doing really well.
Is he? What's his ERA?
It's like under 3. I know it's under 3.
Is he pitching is he like a regular starter?
Yeah, he moved back to being a starter. He was coming in relief, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah,
so he's a starter. He's got a 2.06 ERA, 1.042 WHIP, and 48 innings pitched, and 1.4 BWAR. So he's having a good
looking good. Looking good. Good for Dane.
Happy for him, man.
And that's how trades should go.
Motherfucker.
That's how a trade should go. You have the immediate need. You fill that need, and the team that gets the guy, they develop him into a good player. And he's valuable for them later on. The Sox didn't need Dane Dunning in 2021. He was not going to help that team.
Right.
Now, getting your asses handed to you in the playoffs, that was that's still on the Sox. But at least they got there.
That's correct.
Drew's got a good point there too. Then he says Lance Lynn is not Dallas Keuchel also, and he's tired of that comparison. I am also tired of that comparison, mostly because I don't see Lance Lynn's wife or mom calling out guys that are in the outfield that can't catch balls, or Lance going, "Hey, I gave up 8. You guys should have scored 9." You know, like Dallas Keuchel was just a dick on the way out. Like everyone was wrong. And he was also.
This is a good point, MSS, because Lance is admitting that he stinks. He's not pitching well. He's owning up to it. Whereas you're right, Dallas was trying to blame absolutely everyone else for his failure.
Wait a second.
Like, listen, I only gave up 6 runs. What the fuck, guys? It was the second inning.
Got picked up, and he was great everywhere he was after that.
Of course.
Oh, wait.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Not so much.
Next guy in the trust tree, and let's keep it on the field for this one.
Hello.
How much do you trust
That's gonna be hard.
Tim Anderson? I'm you go first.
I'll start. I have not lost my trust in Tim Anderson on the field. I think he has peaks and valleys, and I think we're in a valley. I think we're going to be coming around. I think he needs to figure stuff out. I think he needs his personal life to calm down a little bit, and I think maybe get a little bit more focused on things. But I have not lost my trust in Tim Anderson, the baseball player. Now, how far do I trust him? I trust him to go out on a double date with maybe somebody that I know. I don't want him on a single guy. Nope. No, you can't just be one-on-one. It's got to be 2-on-2. Everyone's Dutch, like we're not having to pay. I can't trust him past that. I don't know what this man is going to do. He might foster another family. He might do whatever. I don't know. Okay. I just need him to somebody be supervised. It has to be supervised.
Treasy, I'm going to kick MSS in the nuts when I see him.
Please do it.
Because remember our biggest fight we ever had as a group about what we could or couldn't talk about, and now there he goes.
So here, let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
talk about this real quick, because it came up this weekend when we were sitting with we were with Shane. We were with Layla.
Oh, he gave you the okay? He said it was okay for you to talk?
No, we were talking about it, and Herb was there too. And it was like, I go, why is it? Because it came up. And like, why is it that this isn't being talked about? And Layla was like, it's a professional athlete cheating on his partner. It's not news. It's not a newsworthy thing. Like, it just happens. Like, that's just how it goes. So to all these people that are in the industry, they're like, it's not even a big deal because it happens all the fucking time. Now, I made the point, and I was like, but now it's like out on social media. It's like there. Like, you knew Jordan was fucking everything with 2 legs, but you didn't know, like, you couldn't say, here's a picture of him with the person that he fucked, and here's the thing that came after they fucked. So it's
No, he
odd.
got spread his hush money around pretty good.
Yeah, but like, plus they didn't have digital cameras and shit. Like people protected his ass. But I think with the Tim Anderson stuff, especially when we talked about it initially, it was when it first came out. There was no like photographic evidence. There wasn't anything like this is happening. I was like, I don't want to cash in on something. The 108 has never been about low hanging fruit. We don't take the easiest routes on things. I think
Except
that would have
for
been
now.
an easy thing. Well. Now it's kind of in our face.
No, it's okay. Huh?
It's in our face now. It's not like it was then. So let's just take it easy. You fucking slow down.
You fuck
Do
yourself. I don't want to hear
like-
your sappy ass explanation any
Please.
longer. Let's move it
Please.
along.
All right.
You motherfucker.
Beef.
I told you I'm going to kick you in the nuts
Fucko.
later. I love
All right,
you. Though.
bring
You
it.
know, you know that.
Beef, how much do you trust him? Not
I mean, it's
MSS, Timmy.
I trust MSS explicitly. This really hurts me,
appreciate that.
Treasy. I'll be honest. I trust Timmy like I trust Oasis to get back together. It was great while it lasted, but I think that it's kind of over now. And when I say it like that, I'm going to say batting champion Tim Anderson, I think is just
Right.
gone. I don't think we're getting that back. And I think it's just he's 30 years old. It's really hard to physically do what batting champ Tim Anderson, like that era of Tim Anderson, was able to do. I think that's why you saw him go to Driveline, because he even understands the limitations of someone's
Right.
body as they age a little bit. I don't think he's done. I wouldn't go there. So I agree with MSS from the perspective of I think he'll bounce back, but I think he's going to bounce back as a different type of player. It's not the one that you're going to be relying on to hit 330 at the top of the order anymore. I think that player is kind of gone from us. So right now I kind of trust him to come back and
MSS
be.
getting muted.
I trust him to come back and be a decent shortstop and a decent offensive player, but not that guy, not Himothy anymore.
Well, that sucks. All right.
And cheers, aloha, Mr. Hain.
Yeah,
He
cheers,
says silence
Mr. Hain.
MSS for name dropping and breaking 108 rules. There is a both and there. There is a both and.
Absolutely. Love Mr. Hand. I mean, Jared's really giving it to me. It's perfect beef. Good analogy. Oasis sucked as well. No, Oasis was good, but they're broken up. They're not doing anything anymore. So.
Yeah, I mean, the Gallagher brothers are not going to reconcile their differences anytime soon. Beef for me, it's I'm going to make a casino analogy, right? Like if we're at the craps table a couple years ago, dice come to me, I'm passing them to Tim. I got that much confidence in him.
Okay,
I
love
got
it.
I want him rolling instead of me.
Yep.
All right. Now, I really just trust him to bet the pass line. Like he's not a don't pass line guy, right? Like I think he's still with us. Who still
Yeah.
wants to be here. He still wants to.
You want him on
win.
the point with us, yeah.
And I think that he's a valuable player to your team. He's a good shortstop. You think about what you would replace him with, it gets real sketchy. Even if you look into next year's free agency, right? Let's say you said,
sure.
you know what, we're going to trade Tim, right? But we're going to retool the team. You look at next year's shortstops and you're like, no, nothing there. So Timmy's still a good player. He's still a valuable player. I think the hitting will come back a little bit as he heals up. You've already seen a few like kind of glimpses of like him being healthier and being more into the game. So like the other day, like no reason to try and stretch that double. No reason to do a lot of the things that he's doing in the end of the game when it's way out of hand. But he's still there. He's still going hard, and I love that. And I think that he's trying to play through an injury. I'm with you though. I don't know that the athleticism will ever be back to the degree that it was.
Yeah,
And so
it just happens to everyone. Like,
If it's not there, it's going to be really tough for him to be batting champion Timmy.
yeah, exactly. And I agree with you 100%, Treasy. He's still hustling his ass off. I mean, that shit in Detroit on the contact play where he scores. I mean, no one else on the team scores on that. Like, he had to get
that
an
was
elite
awesome.
jump, and then he also had to run his ass off and hustle down there to score. Like, and he had a 4-hit game there and a 3-hit game there. So I think there's still something in there. It just doesn't feel like it's it's not that guy anymore. It's gonna be some different guy. I mean, would you consider just pie in the sky here? Would you consider moving him to second base just as a way to protect him from injury. Like I not because I don't think he can handle. I mean, I think he's a average-ish defensive shortstop. But would you consider moving him to a lesser position just to like protect him a little bit?
If there were a superior shortstop to be in his place, even defensively. Now, I think Elvis Andrus is a little bit better than him, but that marginally better defense doesn't move the needle for me. Right? It's got to be someone like if you were to go into a free agent class where there's a good shortstop available and the Sox are going to go after that guy. Like let's say last offseason, and not even go in like Xander Bogaerts level. You know, you go Dansby Swanson level, right? Yeah. Like you're gonna put him at short and have Timmy play second. That's just what you would do.
That makes sense. Yeah,
and I think that does protect him from injury. It also, you know, he's still real valuable at second base.
Yeah,
like,
for
it's
sure.
Still, we fixed second base finally.
Right.
But yeah, I just don't think that guy's there. I don't think Colson Montgomery's close enough to the majors to eventually be that guy while Timmy's still here. So, you know, we'll see but like look at those free agents for next year, man. It's vomit. So like I don't think it'll happen over the offseason either.
Unfortunate.
All right, so on to the next guy, and Beef, I'll start with you. MSS is almost at time. He's almost at time.
He's almost made his time out.
Don't worry, you're going to get a lot of MSS in the second half of the show. So don't worry, you're not missing out. But Joe Kelly is the next guy up. Joe Kelly, what do you think about Joe Kelly? How much do you trust him?
Treasy, MSS. I trust Joe Kelly like I trust Chipotle before my boycott. I mean, fuck Chipotle now. But you know what? I can handle a little Chipotle and I can handle a little Joe Kelly, and he can be volatile or whatever. I trust the guy, though, to land on the IL again, probably with some old man injury, you know, messed up knee, tweaked back or something like that, and to be untradeable at the deadline because of it. But I expect in between there him to be a good pitcher like he's been this season. I kind of thought we'd get the bounce back. He's healthier. His stuff looks terrific. I mean, he's got a couple blemishes, but I mean, all bullpen guys are going to do that. Everyone who's not elite. So, you know, I like him well enough, but I have a feeling he'll get hurt in an inopportune time where they cannot move him.
Well, of course.
I like it. MSS.
I would add on to that, Loaf, that he's going to pitch well enough to get a contract with somebody else. He just won't be able to. He won't have it. You know, we won't get any value from it.
We won't get anything for it.
We took the risk, and we'll have absolutely no return. We put up all the front money and got every single penny back. You know, like we put it down a good bet, and the guy's like, "You loan me $100. Here you go. Here's your $100." And he's like, "You just won $2,000." No,
you don't get nothing.
$100. Here's the $100 I gave you. I also trust Joe Kelly, and I think that he is, like, for what I just said, he is going to come around and he is going to be good enough to get a job somewhere else after us, but it's not really going to benefit us. What would I trust him to do? I would trust him to teach me how to salsa. He does a very good salsa dance. I would like him to teach me. He's got the hippies, he's got the hips, he's got all that stuff, and then he wears a sombrero, he's got the jacket. I trust Joe Kelly to come and teach me how to do the salsa dance.
Oh, I love that.
I like it. I will say, Kelly recently had a bad outing, but I've had a lot of fun watching Joe Kelly this year.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you watch him work the pitch clock, he's one of the few guys I've really seen doing this in the major leagues, where he's taking it down to like 1 second and then quick pitching, or starting in as soon as the batter gets set, but then like going real slow through his motion. Like he's a lot of gamesmanship, and that is especially fun to watch in the park, right? You know, even though I can't see him from my seat, I know it's happening.
You do have the worst seat in the 108.
But I gotta say, like, Beef, you're worried about him getting injured, but from everyone that's doing all the other podcasts, Joe Kelly's getting traded any minute, so don't worry about that.
That's true.
But I do trust him when he's out there. Like, I feel confident when he's out there. I would trust him with my Netflix password. That's how much I trust him, and
That's
I know
huge.
they charge him per screen now. Per screen.
You got to pay extra now, right?
I know. I'm willing to pay extra for Joe Kelly, even though I went on CHGO's podcast last year and said, "Why the hell did you sign this guy?"
Well, he was hurt at the time. You had a point.
I mean, he was hurt. That's what I was talking about.
It was a very silly signing.
I mean, like,
silly.
The reason that I said it was that Rick Hahn had recently pulled his pockets out like the Monopoly guy and said, we got no money for a right fielder. And I said, you just spent $8 million on a guy whose arm doesn't work.
Broken pitcher. Yeah.
But I like him this year. And I trust him with my Netflix password. The funny thing is, I have no idea what my Netflix password is, so that'll be a separate topic.
696969.
It probably is.
Whoa.
It's easy
All
to
right.
remember.
Last one. I think we might have some trust here. I think we might be in a trusting mood. MSS, I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
Lucas Giolito.
Absolutely, without a doubt, a 100% ride or die with Lucas Giolito until his time is over with the Chicago White Sox. I will trust him until his last day on this team, because the biggest reasons for him is that I don't think Lucas ever stops thinking and stops refining and stops it continues to go. And I think there is a reason that Papa G, Rick Giolito, likes beef loaf so much. And I think there's a very similar trait that's in the loaf where he's constantly reinventing himself, saying that he hates something, and then a year later is like, I love it. He's got all these different things that he does to keep himself on his own toes. He challenges himself. I feel like Lucas does the same thing. And I think that he is one that you can absolutely trust out there on that baseball field. Now,
I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like Beef's going to disagree with you.
Man, that's quite a compliment. I really like that. That was
yeah,
very
no,
friendly of you,
it's
MSS.
true though. I mean, you are a very constantly trying to improve every aspect about everything, or just change things and just do things that are unique. So I feel like he's kind of in that same vein.
With the exception of how nice he is to you or I.
Oh yeah, he's a dick that way, but that's fine. I'll take it. That's mostly for the show. That's mostly for the show. What you can't see in the Sunday Soak is all the hand relief that we're getting. So
While I'm reading the questions.
he's like, "Come on, make it funny."
He said he needed some relief.
Be funny,
Yes.
boys.
And so, what would I trust Lucas Gio with? I would obviously, if I had a cat, I would trust him with my cat, but I would trust him with my kid. I would even trust him with my wife. I would trust him 100% in any of those things, because I think he is a salt of the earth kind of guy, a great person, and I'm going to be sad to see it when he gets traded. So
I'm going to jump in here because I was going to let Beef go, but I'm going to jump in here because I had something very similar written down.
Okay.
I said that I trust Lucas Giolito like Marcellus Wallace trusted Vincent Vega. I'm out of town. I'd be fine Lucas taking my wife out to dinner. I trust him. I trust him that much. Beef, where are you at in the trust tree?
Nothing went wrong there at all.
Exactly. Everything went perfectly fine with that. I trust Lucas like I trust my morning coffee. Solid, dependable, always shows up, always delivers for me, gets the job done. And I think that's where Lucas is also in his career. You know, like ace, potential Cy Young Award Lucas. That was the one we saw a few years ago. The one we got now is one that shows up every game, has the game plan down, giving his best effort. Sometimes you get a clunker like the Detroit game, but you get a lot of good starts out of Lucas so far this year. He's the only White Sox pitcher who's above starting pitcher who's above average by ERA plus. So what I trust him to do is pitch well enough to either get the White Sox asses back in this fucking AL Central race, or to land on a contender, end up pitching somewhere else in the playoffs. And I think that's what his future is for this year.
Yeah.
I'm just really hoping that neither of our wives are listening to this MSS. Definitely opened up a Pandora's box.
You did, yeah. That's
bad ideas from us.
Funny part of that twist is I don't trust my wife with Lucas Giolito, but I trust Lucas Giolito with my wife. So. She likes grody-looking dudes, clearly.
We're done. The show's over.
He might be too good-looking for her, to be honest. So maybe she's not into him. So who knows?
Oh, my God.
He's everyone's type, God damn it.
Tall, dark, and handsome, baby.
Oh, and loaded. Yeah, that helps.
Why don't you give me a little ad read here?
I know. Hey, I was getting there. My bad.
As the team and weather warms, isn't it about time for you to make that trip to 35th and Shields to see your favorite team play some ball? Of course it is. And when you start planning that trip, number one on the list of places to stop should be Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp. Located less than 2 miles from Guaranteed Rate Field, Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp on Canal is open 24 hours a day to serve you, the hungry Sox fan. And what's better to munch on than their famous fried shrimp? You can get a freshly fried half or full pound of shrimp as that pre or post game snack. And don't forget, you can make it a combo for only $5 more. Don't sleep on on the fries, folks. They rock. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp have 4 locations: 2120 Canal Street and 3242 West 87th Street in Chicago, 50 South Manheim Roman Hillside, and 3248 Volmer Road in Olympia Fields. Visit them online at chicagoshrimp.com to see their menus and to place an order. Give them a follow on their Twitter at Lawrence's Shrimp. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, Chicago's favorite shrimp house since 1950.
All right. Guys, we're bringing something back, and I'm specifically bringing this back because we just played the Tigers, and I want to test MSS's memory of that series. So we're gonna play a fun game, that we've done before. This is obviously this is a Tigers version of it. So this is Porn Star or Detroit Tiger. So MSS, just to let you know, none of these young ladies are going to be in this.
Okay.
But
They're all from Detroit.
I think there's some good stuff here. I think we're gonna learn a little bit about your knowledge of the Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
So first up, we're gonna go with Joey Wentz. Joey Wentz, is that a porn star or is that a Detroit Tiger?
I'm going to go with a Detroit Tiger, but I don't know. It's hard because
it is hard.
Because the
Hopefully it stays that way all segment.
How Joey is spelled is, I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm going with the Detroit Tiger. Let's just see. I'm probably wrong, but fuck.
I like it. You just actually saw this guy pitch.
Oh, nice.
Sox.
Wait, hang on. Hang on. Let's go back for a second here. What do you mean how Joey spelled? How do you spell Joey?
I know. I thought about that.
I thought he was going to go after the Z. The Z at the end. I
right.
thought the Z at the end was going to get him.
That is how you spell Joey. Dude, maybe I got to start taking these goddamn edibles. Maybe my brain's just mush.
Speaking of that, I'm going to let you guys know I took Love Potion number 1, very smooth. Thank you, Dougie. Love Potion number 2, very smooth. Love Potion number 3 smacked me right in the chops when I took the post. It is something. High octane, baby. I love it.
I'm going to guess it's a high proof then. I'm going to guess it's a high proof.
It probably is. I don't know.
Really getting
but
like
it smells really good, and it really it clobbered me, so I can't.
But Joey Wentz is a guy that the Sox actually got to a little bit. I think he got 5 earned runs against the Sox. Unfortunately, he pitched yesterday, so we're not going to see him this weekend. So that kind of stinks. But let's see. Maybe we'll see the next one up here. The next one is Alex Adams. Alex Adams. Porn star or Detroit Tiger?
So, okay, it's got to be a porn star, and it's a dude. It's got to be a dude porn star. I'm going to go with the dude porn star.
Have you seen his work?
No, but AA,
But he definitely is, and I'm kind of bummed because this picture. I found this picture. He was doing he must have been doing like
resolution on that.
He must have been doing like a That's the problem, Beef. He must have been doing like an Ask Me Anything, and the pictures online from it. Let me just say something. When you search Google for porn stars' names plus safe for work, not much comes up. All right, so, slim pickings here. All right, but I like this one because it's like an Ask Me Anything that he's doing, and apparently someone just wanted to comment and tell him, "I wish my pickle could pay for all the things I want." That's, it's not much of a question, but it's a nice comment, and I think it's what most of us kind of feel throughout our lives.
Yeah,
I do too sometimes.
All right.
I have to use my wit
sometimes.
Next up, Tyler Alexander.
Oh, God. Tyler Alexander. I'm going to go with porn star. The
Double first name. The double first name is a big porn star vibe.
It just sounds like a porn star.
It's
I'm
not.
not sure if it's not. Fuck.
So it's and actually, what's funny? He's a bullpen pitcher for. I didn't.
You gotta take the loop off.
You gotta stop looping it. So,
No.
He's unfortunately. You would think that with the bullpen that the Tigers have, where it's been very good, that this guy would also be good, but he's not. So we want to hope that we see this guy this weekend. coming out of their arm barn. And it's weird
he
to say
hasn't
arm
pitched
barn
against us?
when we're talking about porn star or Detroit Tiger, but I assure
Right.
you, he is a Detroit Tiger.
Yes. Fuck.
All right.
You might be right, Jer. We could have saw him. I don't remember.
I think he did pitch against us.
Motherfucker.
All right. Next up, Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers, porn star or Detroit Tiger?
See, now my game's all fucking fucked up because now I'm like, I'm trying to like I've just lost a bet, so now I'm like I got to double down. So I want to say porn star again, but this could be a totally serviceable mid relief guy. I'm gonna go with porn star just cause. I'm gonna go put porn star just cause. I'm letting it ride. Let's just see what happens. Fuck
He is
me.
the catcher for the Detroit Tigers.
Of course.
But
he is.
unlike Alex Adams that we saw earlier, Jake Rogers is not good with the bat. Pretty poor with the bat. But interesting stat about him in 2021, his caught stealing percentage behind the plate, 57%. It's pretty damn good. I mean, it's small sample, so like 40 something. But that's still impressive. It's not that good this year, so feel free to run against him. All right.
Fuck.
You ready?
Killing it
Ready
right
for the
now.
next one?
I'm not. Because I'm gonna have to go porn star again, and it's probably gonna be some fucking. Yeah, go ahead.
Riley Steele.
Yeah, that's total chick. That's a porn star. I know her, so that's.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
I was
sure.
hoping I'd trip you
Yeah,
up
I
on the
know.
Riley Green.
No.
But yeah, Riley
No,
Steele.
Riley Steele.
And she's been in 100 films. Apparently, MSS has seen some of them.
I think I've
she's
met
in
her.
a ton of parodies though. Suicide Squad, Supergirl,
Oh.
Peter Pan, and School of Fuck. Now,
Is that her in Stignetti's Revenge though?
yeah, I mean that's the picture that came up. I don't know.
Because that's one of the most high budgeted, like the highest budget for a porn star or porn film ever was Stignetti's Revenge. So
The funny thing is, I was watching this other podcast the other night, and they were doing, is it a tweet about the new Spider-Man movie or about a porno? And almost all of the porn ones were from this this movie. So apparently
really?
it's a very popular film.
Yeah.
But Riley Steele, not Riley Green, was in this. And yeah, she's a 5-tool player. I saw that she's in School of Fuck, and like School of Cock makes a lot more sense, right? Am I just not like out of line here?
no, because Teresi, cock, it's just about chicks taking cock. At School of Fuck, it could be two chicks, you know.
Yeah, but I'm talking about it's a parody of School of Rock. So like
yeah.
I think the rhyme would be good.
probably
I don't know.
right.
I'll leave
School
art
of
to the
Fuck's
artist.
so good.
That's right.
School of Fuck, I like that though. I like
All right. Next up, Alex Lang.
Fuck. Tiger.
I would hope that you would know this one, since this is the guy that threw ground balls to Andrew Vaughn, and he swung at all three of them. So that's you recently watched this guy pitch,
That
and
son
you
of a
recently
bitch.
watched
No,
the
I didn't.
Sox
I don't
hit
remember his
very
name.
poorly off of him.
What? That was the guy?
Yeah, this is it was like a couple days ago.
God, that was an awful pitch selection by the White Sox.
He
Thanks
leads
for
the
reminding
Tigers
me.
in saves. So he's their closer. He's got 10 saves already.
What a
this
stud.
season. Yeah, look at
Myrtle Beach Pelican, huh?
apparently.
Yeah, he was. They were playing. There was a game on today. They were playing that. They're a Cubs affiliate. I
You're
feel.
watching minor league ball nowadays. I like it.
it was-
I like what you've progressed to.
Listen, when I'm waiting for somebody to come pick up their dog that's been here for 11 days, like you'll be led to anything. So
Smoke weed every day.
I was waiting for it to loop. All right,
that was too.
next up,
You pricks.
Zach Short.
All right, the only way that this could be a porn star is if it's a midget. I'm sorry, dwarf or little person.
Little person.
I don't think you're supposed to say midget anymore. I'm gonna get canceled by the little people. That's the only way. There's
Beef,
no way.
Did you think that's how he was going to get canceled during this one?
No way. I know.
No, not at all.
No. I'm gonna go with Detroit Tiger because I just can't see anybody named Zach Short being in pornographic movies. Like it just doesn't
Sure.
sell. And like I said,
You're
unless
right.
it's a little
You're
person.
right. You're right.
If it's a little person, then I get it.
This dude's having a wild year. So this guy's like a utility player. and he called up at the end of April, and he's got 13 doubles and 3 home runs in 49 plate appearances.
God damn.
So his OPS plus is 155.
Damn.
I mean, obviously they're picking spots for this guy.
Sure.
But that's impressive. That's an impressive little year out of this guy so far. Impressive little year out of Zach Short. But yeah. I was wondering where you'd go with that name. I saw that name and I was like, oh, I gotta throw this at MSS.
Did you think I was going to go where I went?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I thought you were going to go a different direction with that.
Because that there's a whole genre of that, like the little people that are effing the big people.
Here we go.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Will Vest. Will Vest. Porn star or Detroit Tiger?
Man, I mean, we've just had so many Detroit Tigers. It makes me want to say that it's a porn star just because. But Will Vest sounds like a very serviceable white guy that would be on the Detroit Tigers. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with porn star. I'm just feeling it.
You were on the
Damn
right
it.
track. You were on the
Damn
right
it.
track. This guy, by the way, this guy is attractive. I shouldn't shit on the guy. I mean, he's been a good pitcher. He is one of the better relievers in the
Holy
pen.
Christ! I was
Interesting
right.
thing.
Fuck.
Interesting thing about Will Vest is so far this year he's got 2.84 ERA. He's been solid. 54.3% of his batted balls have been hard hit. This is terrible. This is in the worst, one of the worst in the league. But he's getting so many ground balls that it hasn't really hurt him. So it's kind of in a situation where the Sox won't be able to get to him. But I'm gonna guess that some team soon is gonna get to Will Vest. All right.
I'm really pissed at myself. I'm doing a
MSS.
really horrible job because I know these things and I fucking go against myself.
Last one. You ready?
Yeah.
Tyler Knight.
Oh, 100% porn star.
Have you seen his films?
No.
Is that why you said
Not
it?
at all.
You just
No.
the name.
That's are quick.
No.
What was it about Tyler Knight that made you think this is definitely a porn star?
Knight. Yeah, Knight.
That's
Yeah,
how you
just
spell
Knight.
that last name.
No, it's just it looks like
You
a porn
expect it
star,
to be
right?
Knight with no K?
Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Well,
How does Brian Knight spell his name?
that's a good question. But it's Knights. It's
Smoke
with an
weed
S.
every day.
Just saying. No, that definitely. That's
So this guy is also in a bunch of parodies. As you could probably guess, in this one, he's in a movie called Tyler's Wood. He's also played Cleveland Brown in Family Guy Triple X, B.A. Baracus in A-Team Triple X, Clover Lang in Rocky Triple X, and of course, Ben Carson in Republican Candidate Wife Swap. Surprisingly, no Oscars for that actor, but
Did he win AVN though? Because those are
I don't
their
know.
Oscars.
MSS. I didn't look that deep into it. I was actually what I chose to do this time was look at their IMDb pages. So this is I think
nice.
when I saw this picture of this dude, I was like, yeah, this guy's definitely making it to the last person. He's going to be the last person.
Oh, this is great. This is good. I was bad today though. I did not do it.
Yeah, you had a rough go. It's
Well done,
tough.
Treasy.
It was a tough one though
Too
because
many white guys.
I told Beef before you joined when we were kind of getting ready. I told Beef I was like, I looked at the Tigers roster and I thought I could have 0 porn stars in here. Like there's just enough.
The names are so
There's
bad.
enough names in here that
That are
I
at
was
least
like,
questionable.
there's
Yeah.
so many that work. There's guys on the IL too that I felt like this. You would definitely think this is porn.
Now, full disclosure, Treasy, I originally thought, I'm like, man, we just played the Tigers. Is this bit going to work or whatever? And then when you sent me the names over of who you were using, I'm like, yeah, he has no idea who any of these people
No.
are. It's going to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it's not like
I don't
putting
pay
Miguel
attention to that
Cabrera in there, you know.
Right.
Right. If you had, I would have known that. I would have known that.
Porn star.
I thought about putting Jake Marisnik in there. I definitely thought about
Yeah, I
doing
know
that.
Jake. Yeah.
But yeah, there's still so many more. Like I thought like Kerry Carpenter would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Jason Shreve. Like there's some names in there that.
But those two, I definitely would have went baseball on. You picked
those
the
are
good
both
ones.
porn stars. I was just messing with you.
No,
No. They're both on the Tigers.
because they sound too normal. Like Will Vest, like that doesn't sound. That's not normal, right?
Yeah.
That's country boy, and that's also a guy with big dick. You know, like it's just they're. I mean, they're
Which he probably is. I mean, who knows?
There's
You know,
a
it might
lot of
be packing.
intertwined stuff. Yes, so like he could have gone either way. If his fastball wasn't cooking one day, he could have been, hooking up with chicks in fucking
like-
South Florida.
I like that we get the comment. Next time, expand it to the 40-man roster. What, he didn't do bad enough? Like,
I know.
Jesus.
We can
I
zero
wanted to
right
get a
next
few of
time.
these right.
40 man, Christ Almighty!
I feel,
what-
you know what though?
It was all dude
MSS.
porn stars too, right?
I will
Or
tell
just
you
one
one
chick.
thing.
One chick.
You did not miss any of the porn stars.
No.
No,
You
nailed
hit on all
those.
those. You knew what
Yeah.
was going on. When you see a name, it's like a sixth sense because when you explain why you knew, it didn't make sense to anybody. It wasn't. You
Right.
just had like a.
You know what
feeling.
it is, Treasy? He's a little overcautious because he claims how much he loves craft porn. If he misses a name that looks like a porn name, it's like, man, this ain't the craft porn guy. How can we trust him to be the craft porn guy? That's why on the margins, he's got to go porn, even if it might be a baseball player. So that's why he missed in that direction every time, but he got the real porn stars right.
I feel
And
you.
it's sort of telling too how much the men are like such in a back seat in the porn industry, right? Like you don't really know their names. You know, like 10, 15 guys' names, right?
Yeah.
And that's about it. And probably 10 of those 15 are dead. So it just like they
Way to bring it
haven't.
down.
I'm
Way
just
to bring
saying,
it down, I'm
like there's
obsessed.
not. You don't have a lot of those. The guys don't get as big as the girls. Well, I mean they do, but not like in that area. So, in fame.
I don't know what you said, but you said something.
I said a lot of things.
It's about that time, fellas. It's about that
It is.
time for some thank yous. Beef, who you thanking?
I want to give a thank you to HBO and David Simon for creating the greatest television show of our lifetimes. The Wire turns 21 years old tomorrow on Friday
wow.
when a lot of
Pick
you
and
will
drink.
listen to this. I probably watched it all the way through like 5 times, maybe 4 or 5 times, 5 seasons worth of The Wire, a show that challenged the audience both intellectually and emotionally. Too many great characters to run everybody down, but I think one favorite of everybody was Omar, played by Michael K. Williams, who R.I.P. He's probably the most popular one, but I might go watch an episode right now. Just love that show, and I could pick it up anywhere. I could watch anywhere in the seasons and really enjoy ingest. I know some of the Wire fan accounts have been tweeting little clips, 2-minute clips of the show all day today. I've been trying to retweet as many as I can. So great show. Thanks to HBO and David Simon for doing it.
I love it. And that show is obviously incredible. I actually was doing the a video of the bobblehead that I have of
Clay Davis.
Of Clay Davis because it's
For
Wally's
Wally's
birthday,
birthday.
so got to give
Fifth-
him
50th birthday.
a little shit.
Yeah. 50th
MSS, who you
birthday for
thinking?
Walmart. I want to give a shout out, thank you to White Sox Dave for having us all out to his little tailgate. That was star-studded affair. Finally, all the kids from Sterling, like my buddy's kids from Sterling, finally got to meet White Sox Dave and were pleasantly underwhelmed. So they enjoyed it, but wasn't like, hey, this is awesome. I'm gonna sit there like we're gonna go behind this car and smoke a joint instead of talk to White Sox Dave. So that was cool. Seeing those guys. Got to go GFY also to people that are just bad drivers that don't stop at stop signs, that are not paying attention to their surroundings. I've always been upset about it. And then to lose a friend to a guy that was just like driving erratically and didn't stop and hit my friend, and my friend died. And it's kind of like, that's rough. Like, you just at least stop, like, and suck it up, and like you fucked up or whatever. And the driver might not even be at fault. It might have like 2 drinks, 3 drinks, 4 drinks, 5 drinks. I don't know. It's 4:00 in the morning. The person's probably loaded. My buddy might have been too. So like there could have been. There's all sorts of different ways this could have went. It's a feeling for his family and his friends and his brothers and everybody. Just like not knowing what happened is just got to be the worst fucking part about the whole thing. Getting a call the next morning and your son is dead and you have no idea how he died, other than he got hit by a car and the car is no longer there. So, yeah, just don't want to bring the show totally down. But yeah, fuck you guys, the drivers that don't stop. And I see them every day when I'm walking around. It's just fucking horrible. Pay attention. You might fucking do something bad. So, Treasy.
Yeah, I say sorry for
Thanks.
your loss.
Yeah.
Man. That
Sorry,
really
bro.
fucking sucks.
It was rough.
And I'm sorry that I recently wished for you to get hit by a car. So I think that was.
And don't worry about that.
It's in the opposite order, but it is a little off-putting now that you bring it up, Treasy.
Not even in my mind at all until you brought it up. Now I hate you.
I
I will
get
drown
it.
you
I
in
get
the
it.
Sunday soak
I
this
deserve
weekend.
that.
So. No,
I want to thank Brian S. He's a magnificent Stan for
Yeah.
having me on his podcast, the It's Getting Drafty podcast. We drafted a bunch of cover songs this week, so go check that out. It's on their YouTube channel. I had a lot of fun. I mean, because talking music, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I was messing with Beef earlier. Beef was telling me he was listening to it, and I was like, well, you've heard my music views about 1 billion times by now, so I'm sure it was a real pleasant listen for you. But for all the rest of you who haven't, I think you will enjoy it quite a bit. But yeah, thanks a ton for having me on. And real quick note to everybody, next Thursday, we're all going to be out of town, so we will not do the podcast next week, so we're going to take a week off. We'll also not be in the park next weekend, which is kind of going to sew up the fact that Stoney and Jason will definitely broadcast from the 108 while we're out of town. So just expect that to happen, but don't expect the 108 podcast to happen. We'll be back the following Thursday. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We'll talk to you all very soon. Have a good night, and we'll see you at the park this weekend. Back in the park, and, of course, the Sunday Souk on Sunday. Be ready for those questions.
Cheers.